What would Joel do? What's up? What's up? All right, all right, all right, all right. My favorite part. All right. Let's get the candles. All right, guys. We're gonna talk about candlesticks today. Reading candlesticks on a chart. So this is gonna be a very quick video. My wife told me to put this up because my website just came out and I have nothing. So I'm a day trader by heart, so bear with me. This is my first recording. All right, let's talk about candlesticks. Candlesticks are techniques we use today that was originated by the Japanese over 100 years ago. And it's by far my favorite technique to use when reading charts. Now, there are different charts out there. You have a bar chart, you have line charts, but my favorite is candlesticks. Now, when you're reading a chart, let's get this off the screen. When you're reading candlesticks or reading any charts in general, you usually read them from the left to right. All right. And they usually represent a time frame. Right now, we're going to look at the chart for Apple, since Apple is America's favorite stock. And we're going to read it from left to right. And right now we're looking at the 15-minute. Now you can look at different time frames. You can look at the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 15, the 30. But today we're going to look at the 15-minute chart. And if you're using Thinkorswim, which is by far my favorite platform, you can get the candlesticks by clicking here, Style, go to Chart Type. And if you notice, these are the different types here. You click on candle and voila, you have candlesticks. Now, candlesticks represent like I said before, a time frame. If you look down here, this is the time, 10 o'clock, 10:30. So each of these candles represent 15 minutes. So this is 9:30. It took 15 minutes for this particular candle to form. This is 9:45. This is 10 o'clock. This is 10:15. This is 10:30. This is 10:45. Each of these candles took 15 minutes to form. So this is time. This is price over here. So Apple, which we're looking at today, we're going over Friday. If you look here, this is Friday. The stock opened up at 9:30. This is the time frame from 9:30 till 4 o'clock. This is the price that Apple fluctuated during that time. Now, these are crosshairs. All right. So when you put your cursor on a particular candle, it gives you information. So let's say we want to look at this particular candle here, which is the 9:30 candle. Let me make that a little bigger. All right. This 9:30 candle, if you look up here to the left, if you notice, there's an O that stands for open, high, low, and close. So I want you to write that down. Open, high, low, and close. All right, I'm going to keep this simple. All right, guys. All right, the candlestick, there's 4 parts to the candle. You have your body, you have your wick, you have your open, and your close. So you have your body. Your body always represents this square or this rectangle. Square or this rectangle. This is the body. This candle, this is the body. This candle, this is the body. You also have a wick. Your wick is that line coming from the candle. So you have your body and then you have your wick. Your body is the most important part when trying to understand the opening price and the closing price of a particular candle. So on this 9:30 candle, and let's talk about the colors. You have red and then you have green. All right, green represents a price that opened lower and closed higher. A red candle represents a closing price that opened higher and closed lower. So let me break that down for you. Let's look at this let's look at this red candle. All right, this particular red candle, this is the body. All right. The body represents the opening price and the closing price. Like I said before, when it's red, it opens at a higher price and closes at a lower price. So if we look at the top part of the body, if we use our crosshairs and look this way, the price opened right around the $98.44 level. So at 9:30, Apple opened around $98.45. Now, because it's red, we know exactly what direction this candle went. So because it's red, it opened at this particular price, the top of the body, and then it closed at the lower part of the body. So Apple opened at $98.44. It closed at $98.03. Now, that's just using my crosshairs. If I want to be accurate, I can look up here and see the exact opening and closing price. Now it's going to change because I took the cursor off of the candle. All right, once I put the cursor back on the candle, if you notice, the opening price of Apple was $98.44. The closing price was $98.04. That means in 15 minutes of time, Apple dropped 40 cents because it opened at $98.44. It closed at $98.04. Now, let's talk about the wick. We know about the opening price and we know about the closing price. The wick represents how far it fluctuated during that 15 minutes. Now remember, each of these candles represents 15 minutes of time. It takes 15 minutes for this to form, 15 minutes for that to form, 15 minutes for this to form. Now, at the open, you open at this particular price, but Apple could have gone down, gone up, gone down, gone up, gone down, gone up. But at the end of this 15 minutes, it closed at this particular price. Now, if we opened at this price and we closed higher, then this candle wouldn't have been red. It would have been green. So let's talk about the next candle. So the next candle here, and usually wherever this ends, wherever this closes, is where this particular candle opens. So it makes sense. We opened here, we fluctuated, closed here from 9:30 to 9:45, and then at 9:45, this was the closing price. Now this was the opening price of this candle. Right around the same price, and it makes sense. Can it be different? Definitely, it can be different, but usually it's around the same price. All right, at 9:45, it's going to take 15 minutes for this to form. We opened at this particular price. We fluctuated, and then we closed here. Now, how did we know that? Well, because it's a green candle. So we open at a lower price. We close at a higher price. And then we use our crosshairs to see exactly what happened. So Apple opened on this particular candle, which is a 9:45 candle, because this candle is different from this one. We opened at $98.04. We closed at $99.08. That means we went from $98.04 to $99.08. I believe that's $1.04. So in 15 minutes time, Apple rose from $98.04 to $99.09. And if you want to be accurate, remember you look up here, open, high, low, close. I put my cursor on the candle and it opened at $98.04, closed at $99.09. Now that H represents how high it went, that wick. The wick went higher. This wick went lower. So although we opened here and closed here, we still fluctuated higher and lower. So you always want to know what the low and the high of that candle. So the low of this candle was $97.07. The high was $99.11. But we closed at this price. Then the next candle formed. And that's pretty much how you read candles. Again, you have your time frame here, 9:45 till 4 o'clock. On the East Coast, the market is open from 9:30 till 4. And that's usually when you can buy and sell stocks. If you're an advanced trader, and I don't really want to get into it, you can trade before and after hours. But once you start trading for 3 or 4 months, you'll learn how to do that. But for now, that's how you read candles, and you can read candles. You need to learn how to read candles so that you can understand how high and how low your particular stock has been. Let's look at a different time frame, and then I'll let you guys go. We're going to look at and you can go back as far as 20 days, 180 days. We can look at an hour chart. So each of these candles represent an hour. Uh-oh, why is this not getting bigger? All right. So if we look down here, we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now that we know how to read candles, let's say we wanted to know how high and how low the market has been all week. Well, this is Monday, so anything before this particular day we don't want to look at. We want to look at Monday to this day. So using Thinkorswim, I can take my price level and I can say, this looks like the high. Look up here to see what the exact price is. The high of the day was 105.85. Draw a line there. We have our price, 105.85. And what was the low of the week? This looks like the lowest candle. We look up top here to see what the low. The low was 96.43. We'll draw another one, 96.43. If you want to get exact, you just right click on it, edit properties, 96.43. Let's go back. I want it to show here. All right, 96.43. So Apple all week long fluctuated between 105 and $96. That's about $9. So let's make it whole. Apple fluctuated $10. So next week, if you wanted to do a swing trade from this price, you have to give yourself an idea how far you think Apple can go, which looks like about $10. So you have to be able to read charts to know how high and how low a particular stock has been to decide, when you want to purchase or when you want to short or when you want to go long. So that's candlestick reading, guys. You can get a little bit more advanced, and there's certain patterns you can look for or certain candles you can look for, because I know a lot of questions come in sometimes like this particular one. Well, what happens if you have a candle that looks like this or a candle that looks like this? Well, remember, the wick represents how high and how low that particular candle has been. But if there's a line across, that usually means that the stock opened and closed around the same price. Let's look and see. So this 130 candle, we look at this particular candle, we look up top and we see that it opened at 100. And you remember over here, we look at this candle again. It opened at $100.60. It closed at $100.59. So that's almost the same price. And that's why it looks like a cross. And we call those dojis. And dojis mean that there was a balance in price. And that's a pattern that a lot of people use to trade. But like I said before, I'm not going to get in detail on how to trade dojis. But you can always go and purchase Candlestick Charting. I don't have the exact book with me right now. I don't see it. But you can go on Amazon, just look up Candlestick Charting, Candlestick Pattern Reading, buy the book, and you'll learn a couple of patterns that you can look for in your swing and day trading strategies. So hopefully this was some information that you guys can use in the future, and I am out. Thank you, guys.